Now we move away a little from the political problems and return to Antarctica, the continent located in the south of this Earth. This continent has its own uniqueness, especially about the time of sunset and the brightness of the sun. If in general we can see the sun shining brightly every day, it is in Antarctica that the moment of the brightest sunset becomes a rare sight that can only happen once every 6 months. The climate conditions in Antarctica are also really extreme. The rainfall comes very little and is even recorded in several scientific journals that the average rainfall in Antarctica only occurs for 4 days in a year. So it is not surprising if this climate makes Antarctica one of the driest places on Earth. In addition, Antarctica is a meteorite rock field. It is said so because indeed in a wide ice patch there are almost always meteorite rocks that can be found. And most of the rocks are from Mars. Some scientists who have done research on the rocks try to find the origin and unique characteristics of the existing meteorites. So far, meteorite research in Antarctica has provided new insights into the early history of the solar system and the evolution of planets in it. Even in some cases, it was also found the possibility of microbial life from meteorite rocks, which may have been in Antarctica since thousands of years ago. Antarctica is heaven for Earthmen who want to do in-depth research on the evolution of the Earth, because in Antarctica, subglacial lakes can be found several kilometers deep, covered by layers of ice. Interestingly, these lakes are interconnected and water flows from lake to lake. Some of these lakes, according to researchers, have been isolated from the outside world for 35 million years because they are covered by ice as thick as 4,000 meters. These lakes were first identified in 1970, with the largest lake ever found named the Vostok Lake, located in East Antarctica. Until now, from the latest research results using satellite rocks and radio waves, as many as 379 subglacial lakes have been found in Antarctica. There may still be many additional lakes. Researchers also believe that there is a great potential for life that may be protected or hidden in these lakes, even though the conditions are very extreme. The ecosystem and life hidden in Antarctica is still one of the most ambitious research goals for scientists based in Antarctica. There is confidence that maybe microbes or other life can adapt to extreme conditions in the subglacial lake or around the layer of ice. From several research reports, indeed, scientists have been able to show the existence of unique microbial ecosystems living in Antarctica's ice. These microbes are bacteria, algae, and other microscopic organisms found to live in very extreme conditions in the ice layer. There is a suspicion that other microbes may survive in the ice cave or even in the geothermal environment, which is still hidden by depending on alternative energy sources, such as nutrients from geothermal rocks or gas. If this life is successfully detected and studied, scientists may be able to investigate more about the evolution of life, the adaptation of organisms, and the possibility of evolution in the future. This year, from the latest information that can be accessed on the official website of Antarctic glaciers, it is known that a number of countries are still carrying out mining projects for various active subglacial lakes, including the Vostok Lake, Willem's Lake, and the Enzelwereld Lake, for further research and to understand the history of global ice. Although this project is really facing challenges and great difficulties because scientists have to avoid contamination of lakes from external influences. However, this project is very important, especially to know the history of Earth's ice that has been buried for thousands of years. This mining process itself takes time and is not cheap because scientists have to work carefully in mining to take the core of the ice, which is a cylindrical cut of the layer of ice within the deepest distance. The core of the ice allows scientists to analyze various climate parameters, including atmosphere composition, temperature, and rainfall patterns that have been trapped in the ice for thousands of years. The analysis process itself is said to be very long and difficult. Scientists do chemical and isotopic analysis to extract information about the conditions of past glaciers, and during the process they have to be careful so that the core of the ice is not contaminated. The data from this research will be used to make a record of past glaciers called the core ice chronology. This recording allows scientists to see fluctuations or glacial movements that occurred for thousands of years, including glacial periods and interglacial periods, as well as significant changes in temperature and rainfall patterns. The result is that scientists will know how the Earth's climate can change for thousands of years with different geological conditions, and the peak is that scientists are able to predict the climate trend in the future. One of the researchers from this mining project is said to have made scientists find an 800,000-year-old alea. This discovery can tell how the Earth's climate was at that time and predict the Earth's climate in the future by studying the chemical composition and isotopes in the bubbles. If the research is successful, this will be very good news for the general public to anticipate the bad possibilities that occur in climate change later. At the moment, the world is indeed worried about global warming and climate change, affecting the ice melting in Antarctic. If left continuously without meaningful anticipation, then the world will experience a global climate change that can cause extreme damage to the coastal ecosystem, and even an increase in seawater that can submerge coastal areas around the world. But long before that happens, the impact may be seen and felt by the Antarctic ecosystem. The melting of ice will cause animals that depend on ice will lose their habitats, and the possibility of food availability in the Antarctic Ocean will decrease because many animals migrate from Antarctica as a result of climate change. Fortunately, although it cannot be denied that ice melting will happen later, but with the existence of the Antarctic Agreement, it can actually slow down the melting and slow down global warming. At least in the Antarctic Agreement, all countries will abide by the rules to not exploit the Earth's results in Antarctica. What is inside the ice layer actually contains hidden oil fields, which are super fantastic, so that they can rival countries nicknamed oil kings, such as Abu Dhabi.